In this video, I want to share with you guys an issue that I ran into with the actual brake lines after installation and this upgrade right here. These are the same on all four tires. These are brake bleeder screws, part number 13908, made by Dorman, GM. These are M10 by 1.5 by 30 millimeter. Again, these are the same on all four tires on your vehicle. The issue that I ran into with the ones that were on or behind the tires, I should say, was that they were rusted out on the edges, and I was having a really difficult time getting them off. So I took the old ones off, I put a socket on, removed the old ones, and put these on. It's a nice upgrade. It will make it easier when I bleed the brakes in the future. This upgrade, again, this is relatively inexpensive. This set, again, they come in a set of two. It's about $7.50, maybe $8.50. So I highly would recommend doing or purchasing these and installing these. The big issue that I ran into, which I never heard anybody talking about when it comes to brake line installation. Now, when you guys install these brake lines, okay, it's really important to understand that just because you have the brake lines installed, for example, they're installed, that doesn't necessarily mean they are installed correctly. Let me explain. This one right here was good. This one right here was bad. What was happening is that when my dad would pump the brakes inside the vehicle, there was actually a leak happening. So what you need to do when you have someone inside the vehicle pumping the brakes is you need to go around on all your connections around your vehicle and check to make sure that you're not getting any leaks around your brake lines. So if you do have leaks around your brake lines, you're gonna have to back this out, retighten it. I actually took this one all the way out. I had to rebend my line and reinsert the line and tighten it down. When you install these brake lines, guys, don't assume because you're tightening the brake line down that it's just going to automatically set. This one right here, it could be a real pain in the butt. I probably sat here for, it's probably 6-7 hours between bleeding the brakes and getting these lines reset. Absolutely hideous. So this whole process, guys, it's not as cut and dry as these people from Clown World will tell you. They're going to say, oh, take the old brake lines off, put them on. It's going to take you a couple hours. Look, this took me about a month, maybe a month and a week to get done. I really can't work during the week. Or I should say it's difficult for me to work during the week. And on the weekends, sometimes I go to parties, I travel. So like this H2 has been down for like a month and a half just because of these brake lines. So again, take these out, rescrew, and you're gonna have to rescrew them down. And even underneath at the center junction box, you wanna take your finger and put your finger up there and feel around if you're getting any leaks. I didn't have any leaks on this side, but on the top section, one of these master cylinder lines was leaking. I think it was this one. This line was leaking right there, and this line was leaking back there. After you've retightened them down and you've cleaned everything off, again, the next issue that I ran into was that I couldn't tell if I had other leaks on the vehicle because I used this device and I had brake fluid everywhere. Literally, this stuff just flows. So I had brake line fluid everywhere, and I could not tell if I had any other leaks on these brake lines. So next, what you need to do is wipe everything down, and you're gonna have to wait overnight to see, hey, are there any puddles beneath your H2? When it comes to the process of bleeding the brakes, I don't even remember if I said it in this video. I'm just losing my mind over this. I had my dad inside the vehicle. and he'd pump the brakes 5 times. On the 5th time, he would hold. That's when I'd crack open the bleeder valve. And I found myself actually having to really turn these quite a few times. The guys in online videos, they turn it like a 1/4 inch and it opens up. That's not what I experienced with these valves on this H2. I'd actually turn it like 2 or 3 times for it to crack open. Wait till a solid stream of fluid shoots out, tighten it up real quick, and when you get that solid, fluid stream, then you know you are completed. So again, my final thoughts on this project, guys. It's a serious task. This is up there with one of the worst jobs I've done working on an H2. Absolutely horrific. I'm sure it'd be a lot easier if I would do it again. This was my first time doing it. Regardless, I'm willing to bet that for most of you guys out there contemplating doing this job, it's going to be your first time. So plan accordingly. If you don't want your H2 to be down for a month or even a few weeks, send it to a shop to get done. That's what I'd recommend for most of you guys out there. Lasting thoughts, last minute thoughts. Again, I can't stress this enough, is to check all your lines, guys. And after I was down there cleaning like the top off, you'll feel it. You'll feel the brake line fluid oozing out. I would take a rag and then I'd wipe everything down. Once everything was wiped down, again, I'd have my dad pump the brakes and I'd feel down there, and eventually it stopped leaking. I'm actually going to go double check it again. Yeah, guys, I mean, same thing down there, unloosing them and retightening it. So, all right, if you're doing your brake lines, you've got this far, you got the good parts installed, that's incredible. Congrats. That was a great accomplishment. Good work.